So first we studied about reception, now we'll study about transduction, which is taking place inside the cell in a intracellular environment. So first, for the cell to understand what the signals are coming here, it needs to convert this extracellular signaling into intracellular signaling. And the whole process of converting the extracellular signaling into intracellular signaling is the transduction process. So under transduction, the first step is conversion. Conversion of what? The external signal to internal signal. And how does that take place? So in conversion step of transduction, the signal from exterior or the first messenger changes the shape of receptor, which triggers other molecular events inside the cell. You can see the shape of the receptor is continuously changing. After this, there is a relay phase. After conversion, we have relay phase where the information is passed from one molecule to the next, and it goes on. Okay, so there are various protein molecules which carry forward the information. After the information are carried forward, there is a step called amplification, and this all the steps are under transduction only. So the third step here is amplification, where a single signal at the surface can activate hundred or thousands of the molecules, ensuring a small stimulus leads to a large and rapid response. Okay, so first step under transduction was conversion, then the relay phase, then amplification, and the fourth step, which is very important, that is phosphorylation. Phosphorylation is a very common on and off switch, okay, which is working here. Enzyme called kinase adds phosphate group to the protein to activate them. So in phosphorylation, what is happening? So in phosphorylation, enzyme called kinase adds phosphate group to the protein in order to activate them, right? While phosphatase enzymes, there are two types of enzyme. First is kinase, which is adding the phosphate group, and the second enzyme is phosphatases, which are removing them to turn the signal off. On करना है तो kinase, off करना है तो phosphatase. Okay. After this, the secondary messengers come to play, which these secondary messenger are small non-protein molecules like calcium ion, which quickly diffuse through the cytoplasm and they spread and strengthen the signal. Okay, so the goal here is to move the signal from the cell membrane to the exact internal target, like the nucleus needed for the final response. So the whole process called transduction is helping for what? So that the signal can move from the cell membrane to the exact target, which can be nucleus. And what it is doing, like it will reach the nucleus and it will give the final response there. So this was the transduction process. This signal termination will act as a very important part which will turn off the process. Okay. Once the task is done, the molecule like phosphatases, we studied this earlier, which is removing the phosphate group, resets the system, ensuring cell does not overreact. Now that phosphatases, which was removing the phosphatase, is turned off so that cell does not react in any way. The specific responses depends entirely on cell internal machinery. The same signal can cause different responses in the cells, such as slowing the heart but contracting the muscles. So to have a specific response, this entire cell machinery is designed.